Hey guys, Luke here, welcome back to episode 12 of my FIFA 16 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Now in this episode it's just going to be a standard 3 games here, so this is the first one, and let's talk straight about this, let's talk about this guy's side first up. It's a Serie A side and looks really good. He's got Jovino at striker. The only thing for chemistry is he's got Biabiani, I don't know his exact name, but the French right wing, he's got him playing in the left wing position, so it tells me that this guy knows what he's doing. He's willing to risk that chemistry to go for the ultimate pace squad, which might work out well for him. See right there, I couldn't believe Alves saved that. Some of the saves that Alves has come up with have been phenomenal, but at the same time, some of the goals he conceded have been very frustrating. However, Torres really should have finished that one. It was from a tight angle, but at the same time, I would expect Torres to score that one. Rodrigo scored a fair few from that angle, and I think Torres has probably scored a few from there himself. So was a bit disappointed to not see that go in. I'd say the guy would be disappointed not see Jovino finish that goal right there, but I suppose that happens when you've got a left wing player who ends up at striker. But Jovino doesn't have any worries about putting that one away, just for half time as well, which is quite frustrating. Now we jump all the way into the 82nd minute. I gotta say, this guy wasn't super good in attack or anything. He was just really good in defense. He had his few moments, he took advantage of that. But yeah, he just sat back and defended, which was quite frustrating. And it just kind of felt like we weren't going to have an opportunity. Saw that pass before from our right back, which went way out. But right here, I think it's Gomez comes up with a awesome shot there. It was on the volley as well. So a brilliant little goal there, and he gets us out of trouble, as does Matiu possibly end up with that little tackle. I didn't catch who it was. Maybe it was Abdenor. It must have been Abdenor. You can see on the right centre back position. Must have been him who came in with the sliding tackle last minute and possibly saved us a goal that would have lost us a game. So 1-1 draw. We're starting to fall into the trap of having a lot of draws lately, but I don't really mind. I'd rather draw it than lose. So at least it's 1 more point, and that's another 1,400 or so coins to add to the tally as well, to add to our coin total. And yeah, we're looking okay. I gotta say, our momentum's sort of there. I think it's due to the fact that I've been playing a lot at one time instead of just playing a few games here and there. So it's pretty nice. And I gotta say, looking at this side, you see this guy was changing his squad up when you first go into the game, which once again tells me this guy knows what he's doing. He must have been changing the roles of players and that sort of stuff. And looking at this side, it's got a lot of pace. You got Remy up front, you got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, you got Balassi, a lot of pace in the front line. But our left back, the informed left back, who we ended up buying last episode, Escudado or something, I can't even remember his name exactly, but holy shit, what a fucking goal that was. Bangs it into the top right hand corner past Tim Howard, and I was thinking, oh my god, have we got a player right here? And yeah, I couldn't believe it. But however, it might not give a great reflection of what the game had been like up until that point. You see right here, he ends up scoring. Now, I'm not going to say that was a deserved goal right there, because a lot of shit sort of happened right there. He just somehow ended up with the ball, as he does yet again here. Thankfully, we're coming with a late sort of challenge, but the ball finds Fellaini. He takes a shot at the open goal and ends up putting it over. But yeah, the guy ended up with that goal. I kind of feel it was a little bit lucky, but ours was a little bit lucky as well, in terms of that was a freak of a shot. That was a freaky shot, I should say. Probably won't happen too often. As you see, Rafinha here tries to play it across for the sweaty goal, and I just got to stop going for those sweaty goals. They don't seem to work out too often for me, unless it's like a sure thing. And then we see Perez here, who is a cam. We must have been resting one of our cams, probably Rafinha, I'd have to say, or maybe it's Koke, one of the two of them. As you see, our own play nearly put it in for an own goal. But yeah, leading up to that goal, nothing really happened to say that this guy was super good or anything. I mean, it was a pretty close match at that point, but yeah, it was just so disappointing. I was so frustrated. I was raging hardcore when that happened. Every cuss word in in the English language was right there. But Rafinha, it can't be Rafinha who was rested. It must have been Koke, and Rafinha ended up on the end of that pass there. And now that was pretty lucky goal. We were just lucky that the ball sort of fell to our feet at the right time. But this one right here, Ferreira Carrasco, doesn't play all the time in these games, but he comes up with an absolute gem of a goal. So that's 2 incredible goals that were scored in this game. And that one, I really liked that one. But Escudero's goal was really good as well, and he ended up picking man of the match. Now that might well be his first game for the club as well. So if it was, that was an impressive way to start your tenure at the club. And who knows, maybe he'll stick around in the side permanently. Maybe he'll be a permanent fixture, although Philippe is a pretty good player as well. But We started off this episode really well. I was really happy to get that win, and I kind of felt like it was deserved to win. Although this guy was pretty decent, but yeah, it was a deserved win in my opinion. And we moved to 4 points after a draw from the last episode. Now we ran out of those coin boosts. Now I've talked about it previously. If for some reason it looks like I'm not using coin boosts, it's just because I forgot to end up upgrading our coin boost thing to, or unlock more coin boost basically, and we happened to do that right there. I don't think we missed any sort of games. Obviously we got 1400 coins or so from the last game, so yeah, we ended up adding in more coins and more coin boost. And this guy right here had a pretty good side. It was an English Premier League side. He had Daniel Sturridge. He had a lot of fast plays. I mean, the centre backs are even pretty quick, Vertonghen and that as well. So I did find it quite difficult. I just couldn't get anywhere, and especially with players like Torres up front and that sort of stuff. I think Torres was playing this game. It is quite difficult. It's not like, when you get through on goal, we tend to get sort of run down. I mean, Koke doesn't have great pace. Rafinha's got okay pace, but I mean, it's nothing incredible. He's still in the 70s, I believe. But you see Alex Vidal here. He is brought down in the box, and a lot of the times I tend to sort of change directions right there. And that time I decided to just go straight, and it worked out quite well. I think the guy was expecting me to cut back in, and that's not what we did. And ended up giving away a penalty, and I was slotted home by, I think it might have been Perez, maybe it was Rodrigo, I can't remember who it was. I think it was probably Perez more than likely. But right here, I don't know what sort of touch that was by that guy, but he didn't end up getting a shot on target, which was pretty lucky for us. But Aaron Ramsey, he's going through here. We got Enzo Perez trying to keep up with him, but he doesn't do that. Does fall to Daniel Sturridge, who Sturridge ends up hitting the post there, so very lucky for us. And we got away with that one just before half time, so it was nice to get to half time with that 1-0 lead, and we are looking to extend that lead here. Mensah, he gets pretty lucky to have the ball keep coming back to him, and then there was a shot, but Koke ends up finding the ball back to him after the ricochet of the keeper, and then yeah, just was quite disappointed we couldn't score that one. But I suppose, keeper was pretty good. We were pretty lucky that they hit the post before halftime as well. But this is a chance that we should be finishing. It is Rodrigo, so no Torres this game. Rodrigo hasn't got the most pace in the world, but he had enough to beat Vertonghen with a start. So I was very happy to get that 2-0 lead, just because it gives us a bit of a security blanket. For some reason, I know it's not a huge difference, the 1 or 2-0. Well, I suppose it is actually, but I don't know, just feels way more comfortable now. What I wasn't comfortable with was taking that shot on the volley, but I thought we kind of had to first time it. Now right here, Vidal, well, that was actually some really good play. Thankfully the ball does fall back to Rodrigo after a stray pass from the other guy, but the lead up play to that was absolutely incredible. It was so nice. It was a really nice football. Just a shame that Vidal, I don't know, he's got really fast. He's fast in terms of stats on the card, but in terms of actually using him, he seems to get run down quite a lot, which is very annoying. But I mean, I can't argue. 3-0. It's another victory for us, and I gotta say it was a pretty impressive performance. So it's nice to make sure we're winning those games that we should be winning, and that's exactly what we're doing. And Escurada was back in the side for that game as well, so that's 2 games in a row from him, and he's been quite impressive. He's only a silver left back. He is a silver informed left back, so I'm not sure what his in-game stats are, but yeah, he definitely seems to be a great player, and it just seems like our team's starting to gel again, starting to get the momentum rolling, and actually I'd say the momentum already is rolling quite fast. But that was the last game of the episode. You can see the last thing we're doing in this episode is taking a look at Gonzalez. We just wanted another centre back because Carrasco, actually I can't remember his name, Carrera or whatever, he's a Portuguese centre back that we were using from the start. He's 80 rated. He ran out of contracts, and I just couldn't be bothered adding more contracts to his card, and I wanted to pick up another player for cheap, so we went with him, and that's where the video is going to end. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at MrLuke, Facebook page in the description below, and I will see you for my next video. Bye guys.